Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the CW. They've made some big changes over on the network, so we got to break it down as we look towards Superman Lois coming back with season 4. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Just like I've been doing in the last couple of days, I want to remind you guys you can enter the DC mystery box raffle by following the details in the description below. But for now, let's talk about the CW. So as we've mentioned many times in the last year or so, we know that the CW underwent massive changes when their new ownership came in, that being Nexstar, and we've actually got probably the most significant change in a long time from this new ownership. And so what we're going to be breaking down today is a Variety article which goes over the new changes in terms of their branding, because the CW has unveiled a whole new look for the network. For the actual CW logo, it's been changed, and then we've also got a change in color palette, and we actually have a trailer that was released. So I'll leave a link in the description below to all of that, so you guys can go ahead and watch it. It features Superman Lois, it features All American, it features all the new stuff that they've got, and it's just like them trying to kick off in a new way. Yes, it's kind of typical CW style, but the graphics are different. I don't know if I fully agree with them. I don't think they look very good. They look almost very forced, like they had to come up with something new and they just went with this, but it doesn't look like the complete product, at least to me. I don't know, it just doesn't look that great. But tell me what you think of the trailer in the comments below, because it's quite similar to the normal sizzle reels that the CW would traditionally put out before new seasons of new shows were set to come out. So you would see like first look footage, but obviously there's no new footage in regards to Superman Lois. I'm not sure about All American and the other shows that are still on the network. I presume there's some new footage in there. But basically with Superman Lois, they just, reuse footage, and they've just added it all up and they've put it all together and into segments towards the end of the trailer, and it basically just teases what's to come on the network and the fact that they have sports now. They have all these different types of content, like lots of drama, but also they still got some superhero stuff, they got some comedies, wrestling, and also reality shows, which obviously is something that they're trying to go big with because it's cheap and that's the content that they can get their hands on. And they know that, for instance, sports in America, especially if it's like basketball, American football, that's going to get a lot of American audiences watching the network. But also one more thing I wanted to point out before we go into the article and actually break it down and talk about the new logo and everything and the new color scheme. What do you guys think of that new show that they've been advertising on the CW? Because I watched the Critics' Choice the other night on the CW and I saw the new trailer for that show that we talked about. That show is in fact Wildcards, which is the new CW show. It's kind of like the only original thing that they got going on that's a new project, that's not just continuing from the old regime of the CW. And so this is a show that is starring Vanessa Morgan. I'm sure you guys saw her at the Critics' Choice Awards. She was presenting with her co-star Giacomo, and basically this new show is like one of those new shows that I said, and basically it aired its first episode just last week and it got under 500,000 viewers, so 495, that is the official number according to TV series finale. And it's not a very good debut. Like, you can only imagine after the premiere it's going to go down and probably sit around maybe 300,000. So again, don't know if it's really working what they're trying to do. Like, yeah, they save money by producing this kind of drama that doesn't have too much going for it, apart from the main actors are interesting to the CW fans, but the reviews were kind of positive. But yeah, it's just like kind of don't know about that show. We'll see. Like, I wouldn't be mad if they created more shows, because at least they're creating something original that's fictional. That's what the CW was known for, and at least they're bringing back some of the old cast members of past shows, because I think that's something that they've acknowledged. They're like, okay, we need some of these CW people back. But let's go ahead and break down what the branding changes are and why they are so interesting and big, I would say. So CW is spicing up its look. time to Sunday's airing of the Critics' Choice Awards, the Nexstar run network is unveiling an evolution in its logo and brand identity. That includes a new red-orange color palette that the network calls CW Hot Sauce, which you can see on the screen here, and we'll get into what I think about it in a minute. But I quote, "The CW is in the middle of a brand transformation and a new network deserves a new look and feel." That's CW's Chief Marketing Officer. Yeah, so they refer to it as like a whole new network, which it totally is. It's not what it used to be. And so they are kind of changing it and kind of branching off from what, you know, CW was typically known for before, which was genre shows for teenagers and young adults. But now they're going in this different direction. Now they've got this hot sauce logo, which I just think is funny the way they actually refer to it as. But the quote goes on, "When I got here, not only did I arrive to find a logo that was slightly dated, there was really zero consistency in terms of how we presented our brand. Everything just looked very different. Even though I loved the programming and even the marketing creative was great, there was really not a very well defined brand behind it. That was the impetus for the project when I was hired." So that's his opinion. Obviously, you don't have to agree with him, but I would say, yeah, the CW never did a very good job advertising its shows in the last couple of years, probably around when Black Lightning and Supergirl was ending. That's kind of when we started to notice that they didn't take it seriously, their shows. They weren't marketing them properly, not releasing trailers after every episode. So I agree there was some deficits to what they had going on, but I don't think the logo was super outdated, but I understand them wanting to change it, but they've changed it in quite a different way, I would say. So let's continue with this. So to the untrained eye, the new CW logo, which you see on the screen here, is just like the old one, but it has indeed been given a tweak. Most notably, the in the CW logo has been removed. So now it's just a logo that says CW, and to be clear, the CW will still refer to itself as the CW, but the will now be implied instead of in the logo. So that is a big change, and I saw that whilst watching the Critics' Choice Awards when it was unveiled. I was like, I think and I feel like my eyes are playing a trick on me, because you're used to the being in the middle of the C, and it just looks a bit weird. I'll do a side-by-side comparison on the screen for you guys. What do you think of it? I think it's kind of lazy. Like, they've just taken the away. They didn't even change the logo barely. Like, it looks the same but just with a different color. So my question is, why haven't they just like fully rebranded the CW actual logo rather than taking away the and changing the color and being like, this is a full rebrand, this is insane what we're doing, this is something completely different. Yeah, it's different, but it feels lazy at the same time. Do you agree with me? They should have like gone a bit more crazy with it rather than just taking the out of the logo, which kind of doesn't make sense because it's still going to be referred to as the CW. But we've got an explanation from the marketing guy. He says, "We came to the conclusion that the logo needed a makeover and the is not readable," basically saying it was too small, which is fair enough. But he says, "Where it's placed currently in the logo does not reduce down well to digital formats. It's not readable in streaming, and it's not readable in social media. It's not readable on anything on a mobile screen, which is where we're largely engaging with our customers, so that creates problems," which is fair enough. It's a decent reasoning behind taking away the, but surely they could have been a bit more creative and kept it, but added it maybe outside the logo or something. But I get that they want to keep it contained. And then it goes on to say the also doesn't work with some of the network's new franchises like sports. He says, "We're not the CW Sports, we're CW Sports, and we're not presenting the CW original, we're presenting a CW original, but we're still very much the CW." So it's a bit confusing, but that's how people refer to us, as the CW. That's how the press refers to us. Even if I tried to drop the, it would be impossible, because in the culture we're always the CW and it's not the NBC or the ABC, so it kind of differentiates us. But if it differentiates, then why wouldn't you keep it? Like, I understand that it's unreadable in the current format, so why not revolutionize it and add the on top of the CW or something? because now with it being just CW, you think, okay, there's something missing. We all know it as the CW, and the marketing guy has just referred to it as the CW, and he says that it differentiates them from other networks. So I'm a bit confused as to his actual reasonings, because he still says we're going to call it the CW. We know that's who we are, so we're going to stick with it, but we're going to take out the logo. So let me know, what do you guys think about this? And so to do with the color, what do you think of the color? Let us know. But he says the color selection was challenging because of how cluttered the landscape is. We did a whole map of all the logos in the space, that being like streaming services and stuff, and the blue is just so cluttered between Disney and Max and Amazon and Fox. We needed to stay away from there, and we landed on a reddish orange, kind of hot orange, that we're branding hot sauce, which is just funny. And he says, we think it's cool because it's warmth, it's energetic, it's accessible, it stands out. The color is supplemented, so the background is going to be this kind of pink, which he's calling icing. Now, this is my problem. Like, I think this pink and orange don't go well together. It looks weird, it looks unprofessional, it looks like a fan made it or something. Like, look at this comparison on the screen compared to Hulu with the black background, or Peacock with the black background, or Disney with this nice kind of blue going into black kind of gradient fade. But the CW just looks out of place. Like, it doesn't look professional. And so this is what I'm saying with this whole rebrand. I think it feels cheap. It feels like they haven't put too much thought into it. They've just taken away some part of the logo, they've changed the color, but they haven't done anything else. So what do you guys think of this whole rebrand? Let us know down in the comments below. I hate to be critical, but obviously you guys know I am critical of this current CW and who's in charge of it, because I don't think it's going in a good direction, and I don't think this is a very good stepping stone to create something new and different. It's just kind of lazy. And they've also dropped the previous CW mantra, the kind of tagline, which was Dare to Defy. They have retired it officially, and it won't be replaced because the guy is not a fan of taglines, which is, I guess, fair enough. But we'll see what they're doing right now in the future with their new shows. Obviously, as I said, Wildcards has aired its first episode. Tell me if you saw it. Let me know what you thought of it. But for now, if you enjoyed this video and if this was informative to do with what's going on at the CW, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, and also subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Also remember, if you want to support the channel, please be sure to enter the raffle. Full details in the description below, so you can be in for a chance to win a massive DC mystery box from myself. So for now, thank you for watching. Click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.